All right. Sorry about that, guys. I was having the darndest time getting connected my Zoom to my Facebook. So, hello, happy Thursday. How's everyone doing? I'm going to be looking down on my phone just to see if we have anyone live and so that I can address any of your questions. As you get on, throw up some likes, some hearts, say hi in the comments. Today's topic, like I said, show up only if you're ready for some real talk, right? So today we're going to be talking about how to get out of your own way, how to get out of your own way and basically stop sabotaging, stop self-sabotaging so that you can actually achieve the result that you say you want to achieve. I love this drinking mug from my coach. It says, don't manage your time, manage your mind. You guys know that that's what I'm all about. Teaching you how to manage your mind, how to manage your time, and how to get the results that you want in your life. So this is what I really have become an expert at, is creating any change, transformation, or result that I want. And I am now doing that for people all over the world. So I hope that something I share today will help you, whatever action it is that you know you need to take, whether that is in adopting a practice that will support you in creating a new habit, or if it's in getting you to take action to actually get some support finally. I threw a link up in the description here for those of you that, you know, when you listen to this, if this resonates with you and you know that this is your time to finally take some action, right? You want to create a different result. And you're ready to get the support that you need now in order to create that result, in order to take action, then I've put my link up here where you can apply to work with me. I have gotten to the point in my career, thankfully, where I am being far more selective with who I take on as clients, because I know for sure that I want to work with people who are driven, who have an ambitious spirit, and really just need the support to put those tools in place to create what it is that you say you want to create. And the reason I say it like that is because so many people talk about what they want, right? You're really clear, most of you, on the fact that you don't want something currently that you have in your life, right? You're typically really clear on what you don't like, what you don't want. And you tend to focus mainly on that. As a mindset coach and a law of attraction expert, I really take clients through a process of teaching you how to not focus on that. But the point that I'm making here is that so many people talk about what they want, but don't actually get what they want. Why do you think that is? Why do you think it is that people focus so much or on what they don't have, and so they therefore don't get what they want? I would love to know from you in the comments. Hi, Leslie. Who else is on? I can't see everyone. Hi, Raisa. Awesome. Okay, great to see you guys here. So this message today is really for you if you know that you're not living a life that truly excites you, right? If you're not even satisfied, or you're just satisfied and you're really ready to up level in your mind, up level your spirit so that you can go to the next level, so that you can create what it is that you want to create. So here's one thing that I want to share with you. Oh my goodness. Am I back on? I got booted off. Okay, so let's jump back in. So if you're focused on the problem, then you can't focus on the solution. And that's really where your mind needs to be. So one of the things that I really focus on when I'm working on a goal, so if I have a goal for something new, or I want to achieve something I haven't achieved before, and I've done this over and over again. And if I'm coaching someone to achieve something that they haven't done before, for instance, I work with a lot of people who are employees and have been employees all their life, and now they're moving into entrepreneurship. That's just one example. But one of the main sticking points that I see people get hung up on is the focus on where they are now. And here's something I want you to write down. Write this down. Your current reality, your reality, what you see around you, what you are experiencing, has nothing to do with your future. Your present reality has nothing to do with your future, except that it is the launching point for where you want to go, right? So if your current circumstance is not what you want to experience, recognize that as the contrast. That's great. You want to know what it is you don't want so that you then know what you do want and can move into that. But what happens is, and tell me if this happens to you, let me know in the comments. What happens is, what you often do is you focus and talk about it and think about it and tell everybody about it on all of the things that are not going right, that you don't want. And what happens is basic law of attraction. It's science. You continue to experience that. You continue to attract more of that. You continue to prove that circumstance right. It's impossible to attract or create a new result when you're focused on something that's completely the opposite. So hear me out. The contrast is great. And this comes from one of my biggest mindset mentors. The contrast is there to let you know what you do want. And then all you need to do is recognize that. And then you don't continue to focus on it. What you then focus on is the vision of what you actually do want. So where you see the problem, you need to start looking for the solution. Where you see the problem, start looking for the solution. Start creating the solution. Start being open to the solution. Let me ask you this. How many times has someone offered you support and you haven't taken it? Someone that you know can possibly help you, someone who you see experiencing something that you actually want to experience. How often has that offer been out there for you and you do not take it? Every single time that you do that, you are choosing to stay focused on the problem. You are choosing to accept that this is the way that it is, and it's not going to be any different. I'm just going to sit around and talk about what I want, but I'm not going to actually take steps towards making it happen. If that's you, then, I would just say, accept the fact that you're not going to be anywhere different than where you are now. I mean, that's common sense, right? I mean, it's common sense, but it's so difficult sometimes for us to actually accept that for ourselves, where it's easy for us to point it out in others or give advice, but how do you lead your life? How do you apply in your own life what you advise others on? Because let me ask you this. Think of a good friend that you have. If you're a mother, think of your children. Think of your child. If that child, that friend, that person that you care so much about was expressing distaste and frustration and pain about a certain thing in their life, would you advise them to keep focusing on that, to stay in that, to keep pointing out all the ways in which their life is terrible? Or would you advise them to find a solution? Would you help them find a solution? Would you offer a solution? Would you offer another way of looking at things? You probably are going to do the latter, right? But how often do you do that for yourself? How often for yourself do you accept support? How often for yourself do you allow yourself to be pulled out of the problem and pulled into the solution? So often we give to others, but we never give to ourselves. Is that you? Let me know in the comments. Hey, Daniela. Hi. Let me know in the comments if you are someone who gives more to others and less to yourself. Hi, Rosemary. I'll just let you know right now that my internet is going in and out. So just stay. Are you someone who gives more to others and not to yourself? If you are, my invitation to you is to look at the areas in your life that you know you could be doing better, that you want to do better, that you want to have a different experience, that you want to up level in. Just pick one area. It could be your career. It could be your fitness, your health. It could be relationship. It could be anything. Pick one area that you know that you're underperforming for you, right? So, like, think of something that you're really just kind of disgusted by. And ask yourself, in relation to this particular topic, whether it's my career, whether it's my money, whether it's my relationship, my body, how have I been focusing? Have I been focusing on the problem? Have I been focusing on the fact that I don't like this, I don't have this? Or have I actually been focused on a solution? Have I been open to a solution? Have I been seeking solutions? Have I been taking support when it's presented to me? And if the answer is yes, you've been doing all those things, then I can guarantee you that you don't feel bad about your situation. If you're still feeling bad about the situation and you see it getting worse, then you've been focused on the problem as opposed to the solution. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you guys? Let me know. So I use this example often. There was a point in my life where I had kind of let my physical fitness go. Right. I already had a fitness business and I was growing it. And I had kind of, was working on everybody else and put myself to the side. It happens to all of us. And I decided, okay, you know what? I'm ready to see the solution. Right. Like this has already been going on for like a year and a half. I didn't like it. I was feeling really demotivated. And here's a clue. Here's something that I want you guys to know. This is a tip. You don't actually get motivated until you start doing whatever it is that you need to do. Then the motivation comes. So I got to a point where I was disgusted. I was like, okay, I can't be like this. I'm getting out of shape. I'm gaining weight. And here I am, training other people on how to get healthy and be in shape. And so I said, that's it. I'm going to do something big. And I talk about this a lot, is you can't just have a small goal to like lose a couple pounds or to get in shape. You can't get excited about that. It doesn't require you to do anything differently. It just kind of requires you to work a little more. And nobody likes to work a little more, right? But when you have a big, audacious goal, when you 10x your goal, then you actually have to think differently in order to achieve it. It's not just work extra. So at that point in my life, I said, okay, I got to do something big and crazy that I've never done before. So I signed up for a physique fitness competition where I had to be in a bikini on stage in front of hundreds and hundreds of people and be, kind of judged or be judged. And I did that because that's not something I ever would have done in the past. And because I knew that I would then commit to getting in shape, doing everything I needed to do. So I signed up, I found a coach, and I followed the program. And the reason I share that with you is because what I'm saying is I could have just got sucked into the problem. And that's what I see people do time and time again, whether it's health and fitness, like I'm talking about in this particular example. You get sucked into, I hate the way I look. I don't feel good. I don't like the way my clothes look. Oh my gosh, I've gained 10 pounds. This is going to take forever, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, as opposed to what's the solution? So as soon as I decided my solution was going to be, I was going to give myself a big audacious goal that I had to live up to and then go out and get support to make it happen, right? Because when you're serious about creating a big change or a goal, you get support. None of us make big changes and transformations alone. And if that's what you've been trying to do, that's why your success has been so slow or mediocre compared to what it could be. That's just the truth. So when I did that and I decided to make that big goal and then to hire a coach who had already done this time and time again to help me get there, I then shifted into only focusing on the vision that I had of myself standing on the stage, looking a certain way, feeling a certain way, and having the result that I wanted. I only focused on that from that point forward. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like I didn't focus on the fact that, oh my gosh, I still have this much weight to lose, this much muscle to put on. Oh my gosh, I have like 4 or 5 months where I've got to eat like this. I've got to train like this, right? If I had let myself get sucked into all the ways in which it was going to be difficult or it was going to be challenging, then I would have self-sabotaged. I can right now, lots of other people who started the process with me fall off because of that, because the focusing on the fear of, am I going to be able to do it? Or it's going to be so difficult, or I look like this now. How is it possible? Right. But for me, and this is what I coached the athletes that I trained on, you've got to focus on the finish line. That's what's great about having the coach. You don't have to worry about how you're going to get there. Once you follow the system, you just get there. Your vision is all on where you're going, not on where you are. This loops it back to what I said earlier. Your current reality has nothing to do with your future. Stop getting caught up in how things are now. It doesn't matter. Now is gone in 1 minute, in 1 second. That's already the past, right? So focus on your vision, focus